Roy Richardson is here with us this morning. He is a cybersecurity expert with Aurora InfoTech in Orlando. Roy, it is good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Danielle. Nice to be here.
I am so glad that you're here with us. One of the things I thought about is that this seems to be happening more and more often, right? For OneBlood, for example, what would you say for folks who are very concerned that their personal information is now out there?
Sure. So, first and foremost, whenever you have a ransomware attack, there's always the possibility that data, what we call, gets exfiltrated from the organization. And that data, the cyber criminals are looking to exploit and capitalize on that data, right? Finance it, and et cetera. So for consumers, there are 5 things that you should be concerned about. And first and foremost, to protect your personal data and minimize the potential for harm. Change your passwords. Very important, and particularly if you use the password in the OneBlood account that you may have used in many other accounts online. We tend to reuse passwords, and so think of it as having the one key to the front door of your house that opens every other door in your home. If I get access to that key, I now have access to all the rooms, so change your password. The other thing is, use a password manager. There are many of them out there in the app stores on your mobile phone where you can download, and it will install on your phone, your tablet, your computers. It's an online vault. The only password you need to remember is the one to get in there. It manages all the other passwords. It sets up passwords, auto-logs you in and out of accounts, so that takes that complexity out of it. Going back to the key in the front door, if I had the key and I walked in your door, what would have kept me out was that latch that you put on the inside once you walked in. And the equivalent in the online world of that latch is what we call multi-factor authentication. So any account that you have out there that touches the internet, an online account, make sure you enable multi-factor authentication, because it will slow the bad guys down if they happen to have your credentials. And when we have situations like this, whether it's a cyber attack or whether it's a pandemic or any type of situation, there are other cyber criminals who are looking to capitalize on the momentum that the first group created. And so what I mean by that is that beware of phishing scams. Emails that looks like they may be coming from OneBlood that may say, hey, we have an update on the ransomware attack. Please click here to log into a private message, put in your credentials, and now you've forked over your credentials to some other criminal entity. Hand in hand with that, Danielle, or what we call phishing attacks, which is voice solicitation, right? And then what we call smishing, which is SMS. And we've all received the little, text messages, your package is here, et cetera. Click on this link. The only thing they do is capture your credentials so that they could repurpose them, reuse them, get into your accounts, upset your world, or they drop malware on your systems. And then I would say, hand in hand with that, start looking at your accounts, your financial accounts, start monitoring them, your medical accounts, maybe getting ahead of the game and contacting, if you at any point in time interacted with OneBlood, getting in touch with your medical and financial institutions and letting them know, hey, I may be caught up in this particular thing. What steps do you recommend that I can take to further secure my account? And please keep an active eye out in case you see any fraudulent activity taking place. So those are 5 areas I would say that consumers can do right now to protect their personal data and to minimize any potential harm as a fallout of this attack.
Just about 45 seconds left, but you talked about multi-factor authentication. A lot of people don't want to do it because they feel like that extra step takes time and they just don't want to do it. This is a healthcare company, of course, and so what happens to that information? Because that's a little different than bank information.
That's true, yes. So healthcare information is protected under what is called a HIPAA, right? It's a highly regulated industry. And this, with the information that's in there now, that if, and we don't know, I would say the paint is still wet with regards to this investigation, so we don't know whether any data has been exfiltrated, but assuming the worst, there's a treasure trove of information that cyber criminals can use to monetize and or make consumers' lives very miserable.
Well, you've given us some really good information and some food for thought. I appreciate you being with us this morning.
Thank you very much, Daniel. My pleasure.
Thank you.